with Gobinanas Comedy Club. Cincinnati's home for stand-up comedy. Wednesday night, are we ready to have some fun? Oh, we can do better than that. I said Wednesday night, are we ready to have some fun? All right. Couple of things out before we get started. Please take your cell phone to the off vibrate position. Keep your table talk to a minimum, and know that you will be asked to leave. With that out of the way, make some noise for your friends and family. You came to see the program tonight. And helping welcome to the stage, the host of this evening, the very funny Lee Temple.
Guys, the strobe is an accident, but just act like you're at a Marilyn Manson concert. How we doing, Go Bananas? How we living? We living good on a nice wet Wednesday? You guys doing all right, Mixon? Oh shit, it's coming again. All right, you're fine. Don't worry. Those are just technical difficulties. You're not having a stroke. Okay, if the light flashes, that's fine. Anybody Uber here tonight? Nope, just a bunch of quiet people drinking and driving. That's cool. Right on. You can't get a DUI during a thunderstorm, I don't think. You get pulled over, your hazards are flashing, cop goes, sir, do you know how fast you're going? You're just like, yeah, motherfucker, 8 miles per hour, dude. I'm chilling. All right, so you guys are still a little wet and kind of wore out. That's fine. You have a good journey on the way here? Yeah, kind of? Something bad happened to you? Oh, it does get hard to see in the rain. That's true, man. And that's why you drink. So it just kind of evens it out a little bit. No, I'm kidding. Get home safe. Take a bird scooter. Be a responsible citizen. All right. Again, dude, I know that we've done it a couple times, but that's what we're doing. We are getting together and becoming a good audience. So make some noise for all the comics that you came to see tonight, huh? We've got some old pros, and we've got some newbies, and if you are here to see your friend, I'm sure you're nervous, and that's fine. That means you're a good friend. But all we got to do is sit here and laugh and come together and be good, man. You could have been anywhere, dude. You could have gone axe throwing. But you came to a comedy club on a wet Wednesday, and that's fun. Anybody here done the axe throwing thing? Yes. Hardcore, right there. You're into it. Lady, what is it? Bullseye, you're good at it? Hell yeah, man. We got a lady Viking over here in our midst. I like that. Did you grow up throwing axes, or did you just kind of try it on the fly? See, that's it. That's the thing that I love the most about axe throwing, is that we just threw it out to the American people, and we're like, you know what? Fuck it. Sell alcohol there, too. They're like, nah, I trust them. Americans know what we're doing. It cracks me up, dude. I love the axe throwing. I haven't done it yet, but I have observed it for hours. Just sitting there, just watching it, just like throwing axes and whiskey, baby. USA, USA, dude. Nothing bad's gonna happen, right? Probably, though. Probably. I was observing a group of young men throwing axes the other day, and they had all clearly just gotten off of work. And they were still wearing like their khakis and tucked in with the belt, all of it. And I saw a guy, he just finished one of those aluminum Bud Light bottles, He just housed one of those and spiked it on the ground. And he picked up an axe and he goes, Game of Thrones is back! And he threw it like a Frisbee. And I was like, hell yeah, dude. Someone's getting hurt, man. I like this. Dangerous darts. Fuck yeah, axe throwing. And I mean, an accident might happen, right? This lady gets really torqued up and rears back and just catches her husband in the chin. That could happen, right? Yeah. Accidents could happen, but I'm worried about like the on purposes. I've gotten in a fight playing pickup basketball. My uncle has a felony assault charge over a game of cornhole. And he was just holding 4 tiny bags of beans, dude. If he had an axe, he would have chopped that lady's head off. He's an angry guy, dude. So I was interested after watching all the axe throwing, and I Googled it. I Googled, has anyone ever died throwing axes? Because I'm morbid. So I Googled it. And you know when you Google something, and then Google just gives you an answer at the top of the screen? No links to click on. Google's just like, here you go, no more questions, bitch. And you're like, whoa, Google, I'm trying to learn. And they're like, no, this is what the answer is. We learned that over COVID. You can't trust the Google answer, man. Big Axe has done some work on the internet, clearly. Because when you Google, has anyone ever died throwing axes, it pops up to the top of your screen and it goes, the short answer is no. I'm here for the long answer, Google. That's why I typed it into my computer. It goes, the short answer is no. Axe throwing is a fun and safe activity for people of all ages and backgrounds. You don't need any experience to throw your first bullseye, you know? And like, who wrote that? Fucking Paul Bunyan? What are we talking about here? It's gotta be a little dangerous, right? And then right underneath that very biased answer, it just told me that it came from www.axethrowing.com. Just rubbed it right in my little face. That'd be like if I Googled, did Jeffrey Epstein kill himself? And then right up to the top of the screen, it was like, oh, yeah, he did. He killed himself. He was a bad guy, and he acted alone. And then right underneath that, that answer came from www.billclinton.com. You'd be like, what? Horny Bill? There's no way. He did it. I know he did. Seems biased, right? I know. All right, cool. You guys seem fun. We're going to have a good time. Anybody here with their dad? You're here with your dad? You are? Damn, I was just kind of asking to be a little dickhead, but you're here with your dad. Cool. That's fun. Fuck yeah. I was with my dad earlier today. I love my dad. We went to a Reds game and they never played baseball. It was great. We literally didn't even see the dirt. We showed up and the tarp was on the field. And my dad looked at me and he was like, you want to drink 8 beers before I drive back to Lexington, Kentucky, an hour and a half away? And I said, sure, Dad. Godspeed, Father. He's the man. We've gotten really close. We've gotten really close. You got a good dad. He's here with I assume. Go Reds, dude. Here with your partner and what, his girlfriend? Oh, okay. There you go, wife. Just, yeah, well, she looks young as hell. I assumed he divorced your mom and started dating her. That's why I asked. Good. Love you too, baby. Fucking laugh more then. And you love me, prove it. Fucking laugh with your throat. You guys are gonna be great. This show's gonna be fun. I'm glad you're out with your dad. You too. It's good. Get to know your daddy. I know my dad. I've been trying to get to know him better. He was always good to me, right? Kind to my mom, provided for us, sweet dude, but never very vocal, didn't talk a lot. And that's how a lot of dads are, and that's fine. Like, I had to ask him for the sex talk. Like, just fully sprung it on him. I was like, Dad, Katie kissed me. She wants to do more. What's it like? How do I do it? How do I make it feel good? What do boobs smell like? Like, does it hurt? Why does it hurt? And then he was just sitting on the couch and he just looked at me and squinted his eyes for like 5 seconds and just goes, wrap it up. And then he just walked away from me and started mixing an empty bowl in the kitchen, acting like he was busy. Just reading an upside down Sports Illustrated. Just like, no, don't say that. And I used to really hold that against him, you know? I did. I was like, God, he's not getting vulnerable with his boy, and I really could have used that talk. I wish I could have had that talk with him. But now I know him. You know, I know what he's about. I know how that guy ticks. I know what he does. So he wasn't being a bad father. He wasn't being emotionally distant. When I asked him for the sex talk, he was just high as fuck, and I was scaring him. It was just a little too much for him to handle at the moment. He went out on the deck, took his medicine, came back in after a long day of work and tried to relax, and then I just walked down the steps like, hey, Dad, what's sex like? Tell me about boobs. How do I be good at sex? And he's just sitting there super stoned like, is my own son trying to fuck me right now? What is going on? Shut up, young man. You came from my balls. That's enough out of you. Could have used that sex talk, though. Because I lost my virginity and I wore 2 condoms. And if you wear 2 condoms, you might as well not wear one. Because dude, wearing 2 condoms and having sex is like showing up to the front door of a frat house with 2 kegs. You're coming inside. It's pretty cute. I know this little gray-haired corner doesn't like my dirty mouth, but that was pretty cute. That was pretty cute. That was cute and gross. That was a great cum joke, am I right? And I did. It didn't work. They broke, and I lost my virginity and fully busted into a 16-year-old. Another 16-year-old, by the way. All right, we're not ending on a big laugh. That's fine. We're going to get the show going. It's not happening, Will. All right, cool. Coming to the stage next, we've got a ton of comics. They're all here from Cincinnati. Some are from abroad. This Wednesday is the best open mic in the whole fucking region. Thank you guys for braving the weather and being here. Let's just sit back, have a good time, make some noise for your first comedian of the evening, Gretchen Schultz.
What's up, guys? Hi. So, people are telling me lately that I'm coming out of my shell. I think that's pretty gross. Because think of like a turtle outside of its shell. Would you want to be its friend? It's disgusting, to be honest. You'd probably be like, you should get back in there, like nobody wants to see you in public. I think it's disgusting. And like, what even is our shell as humans, huh? Is it my clothes? You're not getting me to come out of my shell if it's my clothes. You're not getting me to come out unless it's for some money, okay, or something like that. Then I'll come out of my shell. What's up, you guys? You guys seem tired. What's going on? Yeah, is it the weather? The weather's pretty shitty, isn't it? Yeah, it's pretty damp. I do like how warm it's getting, though. It's pretty exciting. You know, the pool's about to be open again. You guys like the pool? Yeah. My favorite part is going in past the gate and seeing that one sign that says pool rules. Because I'm like, it sure fucking does. Like, that's cool. That's cool that it's like so confident in itself. It's like, yeah, I know I rule. I know I'm the coolest part of summer. Yeah. When I have sex, I have to have socks on. I have to have my socks on during sex. Anyone else? No? I gotta have them on. I don't know how else I'd orgasm, right? He's gotta knock my socks off. That's the only way. Guys. I will be selling my socks after the show. The socks I'm wearing currently. If you're interested, I could use the money. I'm getting really tired of everyone getting engaged. It's so annoying. It's so boring. I don't really like hearing about your engagement story. Like, okay, cool. He took you on a hike in the woods for the one and only time in your relationship, and then he told you he loved you and whatever. I don't care. It's just boring. It's really boring. I think I could be into it though if we like switched words around. If we made it a little bit more interesting, you know, like. What if we, I mean, it's 2023, I feel like we can do that. What if we switch proposing with fingering? Okay. Yeah, what if we did that, you know? I think that'd be cool. Because then I could relate, okay? Then I could relate, you know? Hearing about my best friend getting fingered at her favorite restaurant, you know? Like, ooh, that's exciting. Yeah. And then, like, if she's complaining, like, oh my God, me and Steve have been together for 5 years and he still hasn't fingered me yet. I'd be like, leave. What the hell? 5 years, no fingerings? I don't know. It would be weird though for the guy a little bit to ask the father's permission to finger his daughter. That'd be a little weird. Sorry, is this whole idea a little strange to you guys? You guys not on board? Because, I mean, I was just proposing to myself earlier in the bathroom right before I did say yes, in case you're curious. I was reading this article, and it said, college softball player choked to death during hot dog eating contest for charity. I really hope that wasn't for a gay charity, okay? Because that would be a hate crime, wouldn't it? making a softball player enter into a hot dog eating contest? Of course she choked. She's not used to that. If that was a clam eating contest, she would have crushed it, right? But no, guys, she died. Because she's gay. All right, that's it from me. You guys ready for your next comedian? All right, your next comedian, he's actually wandering around serving you food. Give it up for the very funny Carter Dougherty.
Oh, keep it going for Gretchen, guys. Yeah, what's up? You guys might remember me from struggling to interact with you. God, picket serving as a job was really dumb, wasn't it? I'm so sorry. I'm a super awkward guy, if you can't tell. I was talking to one of my buddies about how I feel awkward all the time, and my friend was like, "Oh, Carter, that's not your fault. Got that autism, or whatever." Yeah, I don't have autism. I'm just 21. That's kind of how we all are now. Like everybody my age is a little bit touched with the tism. Yeah, like autism is just my generation's herpes, you know? Yeah, you kind of just gotta assume you have it and keep fucking. Yep, no condoms and no eye contact either. Well, are you guys familiar with what the ick is? Are you guys familiar with it? You all got it right when I got on stage. That's sick. No, if you don't know what the ick is a feeling that a lady can get when she sees a guy do something and then she just loses all horniness immediately. Yeah, and I was talking to one of my friends, and she said that her ick is when her boyfriend gets too excited. I was like, I think you just hate your boyfriend. She's like, no, just when he gets way too excited, he acts really feminine. I know, I think that's crazy, because all women want you to do is get in touch with your emotions. And then as soon as you are, they're like, I'm not going to fuck a gay guy. That's... I don't know. The whole it concept is crazy to me, though, as a guy. Because, like, I feel like I could see my girlfriend do anything. Like, my girlfriend could shit her pants on a date. I'm like, if you shower, I'm still going down there. No stopping me. I'm an animal. That was crazy. Well, yeah, I do have a girlfriend. She's totally real. Not a fake That's crazy that's the biggest laugh. God, what is this? This is a weird set. Man, let's pretend like I don't work here. But I do have a girlfriend that I live with. She's totally real. So yeah, I still go to college right now. But she graduated. She got a full-time job in the city. She's working at Planned Parenthood right now. Yeah. So pretty easy gig to have at the moment, actually. Not a lot of clients coming in. I don't know if you guys read news. Yeah, so she does that for a living, and I sell weed for a living. Yep. So we both got to drive to Michigan once a week. No, my girlfriend, she brings up the conversation in the future. She wants to have children, and she wants to involve me in that scenario, I guess. But we were just talking about like the decisions you make at the beginning, and you know, if you have a boy, you kind of have to decide whether you circumcise the baby or not. And my girlfriend, she thinks it's child abuse to circumcise a guy. I'm like, really? Get rid of that little clump of cells at the end? But no, I'm just saying, she made sense. She made sense. But I was just like, I don't know. I wrestled in high school, and there was this kid on the team that we always made fun of for his weird penis. Just saying, I don't want to have a kid with a weird penis. I just think there should be like a middle ground. You know, like those cargo pants that have zippers at the knees? But for a penis. All right, guys, that's going to be my time. I've been Carter Dougherty. You guys are going to like your next comic a lot. Coming from Dayton, everybody, it's Andrew Riggs.
Howdy, everyone. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Hey, do y'all like my shirt? It's a wolf. My wife hates it, so I wore it in public. It's pretty sick. It looks like you would buy it at a gas station. I bought it at a gas station. I love being married because I can constantly dress like if you come in my house at any point in time, we're both dressed like we're about to like paint something. It's or like we're about to play like a really unathletic game of basketball, I guess. Like there's a lot of sweatpants. Our budget for sweatpants is the third of my check. I also like being married for the fact that I could not make it in the current dating market. My friend was on Tinder and he left his phone open, so I read everything he said to this lady because I'm super nosy. And so they had agreed that they were gonna like hook up and have sex, and then she said, "Do you drive?" It seems like a weird thing to add. Like, does that seem too late? And too vague? He's 27 years old. Like, he doesn't live in the city. I don't know. It's been bugging me. Yeah. I don't like being married for a couple of reasons, though. You all know what candles are, I assume. So, if you make candles, that's fine. My wife does, and I hate her for it. It's because the scents have gotten progressively like more specific. So at first she was like, "Smell this. What does it smell like?" I was like, "I don't know, peach." She was like, "That's right. You're very smart." I was like, "Yeah, okay." And now it's like she'll be, "Hey, smell this thing," and I'm like, "I don't know, candied apple?" And she's like, "It's actually what it smells like when you smoke a cigarette in a cornfield after a breakup." Who are you making these for? You're really on to nothing with that one. I'm also I'm a dad. My son is 2 years old. Do any of you have parents? Okay, all right. Make sure you're still with me. That's what, all right. Being a dad has put me in like a very weird I have to say a lot of stuff that I never thought I was going to have to say to another human. Last week, I had to tell my son not to eat an apple in the bathroom in the dark. There's no books about that. Like, stop trying to put your finger in the dog's asshole, please. Also, being a dad has made me, I don't know if there's a word for it. I'm like very racist against dinosaurs now. I hate them. I don't know. I don't care what your favorite one is anymore. Maybe it's because I have a kid, maybe it's because I'm an adult, I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing. One is never going to come home with my daughter. All right, you, sir, right here. You're going to pick the last joke, so anything that happens, it's your fault. You can either hear the darkest joke I've ever written or a corny dad joke.
I'm a dad too, so corny dad joke.
You guys lucked out. It was, okay. They're the same joke. No, Okay, I did write this joke about being a vampire. However, it was very terrible, and I thought it was very unbecoming. So I don't think it should ever see the light of day. It's his fault if you don't like it. So, all right, you all. Coming up to the stage next, we have the very funny Darren Finesilver.
Give it up one more time for Andrew Riggs. How we doing? Go Bananas. How we doing? Oh man, I know what you guys are probably thinking. When did Michael Moore become a stand-up comic? I know. I'm not conservative, but if I was, you know, it would only be, I don't even know. Because I'm not, guys. No, dating at 29 is really rough. It's a rough thing for me. You either get women that either call you daddy, or they have like a toddler crying in the background, or in my case, they tell you about their dead dog. Yeah, that's like not setting the mood for anything. Like, the thing that made it worse is she tells me, she's like, he's with Jesus now. I'm like, well, my dog came from Mexico, so he was with Jesus, so, you know, like I don't want to hook up with her. Like, it's bad, man, it's bad. Like, I want to find a woman kinky like my mom, okay? Like, I'm gonna get there. I'm a 90s kid, okay? I'm a 90s kid. So like, my mom told me one time in the back of our Pontiac Grand Am that was green and had gold rims, so we was like white trash fancy. You know, Harrison, if you guys are from Harrison, you guys represent, you understand? But she looks in the back seat and she's like, me and your dad had sex to this song. It was Head Like a Hole by 9 Inch Nails, okay? Like, I didn't need to know that. So, like, I'm just probably thinking, the day Kurt Cobain blew his brains out, my mom was blowing my dad, okay? I know, too dark, man, too dark. Like, and it's because she's a throat goat, okay? Like, I'm saying, yeah. That's 29 Kurt, he blew his brains out today, guys. But my mom's not blowing my dad, so I guess we can't celebrate that. Hey, I'm more of a Pearl Jam guy, okay? Like, why couldn't she tell me that? She's like, yeah, me and your dad was screwing even flow. You know, my pearls were getting jammed. Like that would have been cool. It's like, yeah, Dad's little train got the mighty Crew oyster, but you know, it didn't happen. But no, like dating's just like, it's just a rough thing, man. It's a rough thing. Like I like cougars. I specifically like Jewish cougars. I call them Jugers. They got 800 credit score, Roth IRA. They like the Golden Girls and Golden Showers. I'm like, hell yeah, man. Like, those are my kind of women. But the bad thing is I was talking to one recently, and it was really weird because they sent my ass to India, okay? Like, literally, I went to India. I don't know why they would send my ass to India. I'm more of a threat to the United States than ISIS, okay? Like, I'm like, button, let's touch, you know? There's like a statue of a woman. I'm like, boobies, I don't get to see them very often, let's touch them. And my Juger's like blowing me up, dude. I'm like, what the hell, man? I'm like, she's like, are you okay? Are you safe? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just chilling in the hotel room. I'm like, it's all good. Like, the thing is, though, India's all right, but like, I got an appreciation for Indiana because that's where I'm from. And I was like, you know what? It's so bad. They drive so bad. It's like the damn Hindi 500, guys. They're just like, boom, boom, boom. Like, they made Ohio drivers look good, okay? You guys are top 10 now. Like, it's just horrible. But the best part, though, the best part of going to India is I had to get a vaccine. So I don't know if we have any anti-vaxxers. If we do, like, save it for later because there's a lot of perks to vaccines, okay? And I had to get my hepatitis A vaccine. So, like, I was looking it up. I'm looking up the side effects and, like, how you can get Hep A and all that stuff. And a buddy of mine's, like, a huge, like, conspiracy theorist, anti-vaxxer. He's like, dude, he's like, don't get the vaccine. He's like, if you get it, you're going to be dead by 30. I was like, dude, I eat McDonald's every day. Like, I'm gonna be dead by 30 as it is. Like, what the hell, man? But the coolest part about that, though, is, like, I found out I can eat ass on the first date now, okay? So, like, I can, like, eat my Juger's ass, okay? Like, Women's History Month, like, that's a win for women right there, okay? Tongue game, A+ right here, man. No, you guys didn't want to hear about that. You guys didn't want to hear about that. I'm sorry. No, but a woman did tell me, she's like, you look like the love child of Fred Flintstone and Rosie O'Donnell. I was like, that's cool, so I invited her over for serial killer documentaries. It was great until she said I looked like John Wayne Gacy. Yep, let's just say I killed that date. Like, not like that, I am master, guys. 2023, okay, we're good. All right, let's give it up for your next comic, guys. He's fucking hilarious. He doesn't look like John Wayne Gacy, but give it up for Phil Pointer!
How's everybody doing? Everybody good? I heard from like 4 of y'all. We're gonna try this again. How's everybody doing? Everybody good? That's what I'm talking about. The old boy started talking about his tongue skills, like, yeah, y'all don't want to hear about that. After he told us what his parents conceived him to. I'll be honest, I have no idea what song my parents conceived me to, because I love music too much, and I don't want to vomit every time I hear an instrument. You motherfuckers gonna loosen up, goddamn. Last month I turned 50 years old and I'm happy about that. Thank you. Yes, it is true, black don't crack. Anyway. But my wife for my 50th threw me a surprise birthday party. And that's something that's never happened to me in my adult life at all. So I had a great night that night, but it had kind of a weird beginning, you know? Because she had it in a giant bar, and when I rounded the corner, there were all these people yelling, surprise! First thought I had was, damn, I done fucked up somebody's surprise party. Wow! Yo, I've only seen that on TV. I didn't know you could do that in real life. Tell you a weird thing about being 50 to me is that I don't feel old at all, you know? Because back when I was in my 20s, I used to think 50 was old as hell. I did. Like back then, I'd be like, yo, when I get around 50, I'm gonna be about ready to retire. Nowadays, I look at my budget and I'm like, yo, if I miss one day of work in the next 10 years, I am fucked. Old man's creeping out at me though, without me even realizing it is. Because I was sitting around with my wife who actually is 10 years younger than me, and I found out something was coming out called Teen Wolf the movie. Yeah. So I turned to my wife, I was like, Teen Wolf? She's like, yeah, it's based off that MTV show, you know, it's about werewolves and vampires, and without even realizing that the old man fell out. I'm like, you young motherfuckers changing every goddamn thing. The hell is wrong with y'all? Y'all don't know nothing about Teen Wolf. We had Michael J. Fox pre-Parkinson's. That's Teen Wolf. Trying to erase my damn history. My wife said, why do you hate a movie you've never seen so much? I said, it's not about hate, it's about heritage. I feel like some of y'all are quiet because y'all said that yesterday. Man up front said, you right. I'm glad to see they didn't indict you on January 6th. Thanks for being here. I am fucking with you. You're a good sport for being here. Thank you. My mother and father got divorced. No, I don't want to do that joke. Never mind. I'm not doing that joke. Fuck that. No. I'm going to do this one instead. Weather's finally warmed up. I'm happy about that. I'm very happy because I hate cold weather. I hate extreme cold weather. Hate it with all my heart. Fuck extreme cold weather. You know? I'll put it to y'all this way. I was born and raised here in Cincinnati, but I went to school in Alabama. And I realized something about myself. I realized that in the dead of winter, I'd rather have a white man call me a nigga at 50 degrees than have a white man tell me how much he loved Black Panther at 20 degrees. It's just my preference, that's all I'm saying. I don't like that kind of weather because I pride myself on being good and helpful to the people in my life. And that cold weather, it tests my love. It does. Like if it's nice outside and my wife pulls up with a bunch of stuff in the car and she calls, babe, can you come out and help me? I throw my shoes on, I'm out the door, no problem. Let it get like 20 degrees outside and she calls me, babe, can you come? You can fuck right off, and I hang up. Just disrespectful. I gotta tell you, it turns me into a really horrible person, and I'm not proud of it. Like, not even a little bit. Because a couple years ago, when we had that negative 20 degrees outside, y'all remember that? Yeah. My mother used to call me to go to the store for her all the time in that. All the time. So when the weather started dropping real bad recently, first thought I had, and I'm telling y'all, I was not proud of this, but the first thought I had was, yo, thank God my mom is dead. Fuck. Look, I love my mama. I miss her every day. She was my heart, but she had my eyes out at negative 20. She talking about, I want grandkids, but you got me out here freezing my balls off. Like, what the hell? I'm Phil Pointer. I love y'all. Bye. Keep that round of applause going for your next comic, the very funny Dan Fowler.
Technical difficulties. All right. I nearly died getting here, so you're going to have to laugh at that because I had to suffer for it. So anyway, the weather, as you could have realized, was rainy, slippery, deadly. Naturally, I was running late, so I was going 90 miles. Oh, hi, Mom. I was going 60 miles an hour, slow lane, and I said to myself, Lord, if you get me there on this holy Easter weekend, I will tell all my sins to all the people. And now that I'm here, oh well. It was 3 years ago. I was me, but 15 pounds lighter, more defined chin. It was good times. During college, post-run, having my post-run meal, red beans and rice, Sir Mix-a-Lot approved. When a friend of mine goes up to me and he says, hey, you going to the meeting? I was like, yeah, meeting. Yeah, the meeting for extra credit. Cool. Elaborate. There was a class I was mildly passing that was having extra credit for it, and I had to attend an hour-long meeting and shake the hand of the lecturer to get the extra credit. I was like, okay, I can work this. So I go to the meeting, sit down by my friends, look at them, realize, wow, if I let one rip, these old friends of mine from high school, 5 years strong, will sell me penny. Love those guys. So anyway, I hold it in for an hour. By the end of it, I look like I'm pregnant, I'm praying, I'm sweating. It's like 60 degrees in the room, but I'm sweating a river. And I go up to shake the girl's hand. It was a girl. It's important for later, as in right now. Solid, 7 out of 10. I was like, okay, I can work with this. I just need an opening to say hi to. She drops her pen. I was like, yes! So I go to pick it up. Any of you familiar with balloons? You know what's happening. I immediately realize, unexpected expulsion. So I clench as hard as I could, but not as hard as I should. But I do plug it up. But before I do it, a whistle. Not like some whistle, an actual whistle that gives like dogs PTSD emanates throughout the room. A pause settles. Silence. I think my time is nigh. Social pariah. But everybody looks confused, and I realize, thank God they don't know what that was. So I look up at her, I was like, okay, whistle, girl, think. Wolf whistle! I was like, their actions do not reflect us as a whole. And she looks at me. She ponders. Yeah, I get this all the time. I'm like, you beautiful idiot. So immediately I get up, power walk, like no one's watching, out the room. By the time I get out there, the violation of the Geneva Convention has risen. Hot air rises. Yeah, physics lesson. You're welcome. Risen to everybody's nostrils. People are gagging, crying. I think somebody puked. I don't know. I walked out. I do hear the the stuttering of the man shaking her hand, saying, it wasn't me. Which naturally everybody thought it was him. Now, like the genius I was, I decided to dispose of the evidence as quickly as possible. I go into the restroom, cook my witch's brew, and things are, they're that. But then I hear the door open. I hear somebody stumble in, sniffling, and angst sits down right back by me. I was like, whew, monarchs. Brand new shoe, 2016 or 17 lingo. But I was like, oh well. Then I kind of think back, wait a minute, monarchs, we have the fall guy right next to me. I was like, oh crap, he can ID me. So thinking quickly, I run out. Naturally, I pulled my pants up, I didn't wipe. Sacrifices had to be made for the greater good. Me. And by the time I open the door, I hear him stand up. I see his belt and pants lying down. He's waddling, slamming the door, saying, "It was you! It was you!" And I run out. Everybody's looking at me, and I realize at that moment, it's my time to come clean. So I look at everybody, and I smile. I smile and I say, "Woo! Do not go in there." And I walk out, laughing softly, slowly at first. And from that day on, he was known as Kevin Shart. So, shout out to Kevin Shart. Sorry about that. Have fun in engineering. Now, I would like to introduce our next comedian, the young, the talented Hannah Youngholm.
One more time for Dan and his poopy body or whatever that was. Yeah. Fun. Hi, guys. How are we? Yeah, fun. Hell yeah. I'm Hannah. I'm recently single. Doing things well. Life is happy. I broke off my engagement a couple weeks ago. Things were tricky, you know. He wanted to stay in Cincinnati, have kids, and I'm like, hey, man, what if we move to Chicago and survive exclusively off of beans? I love a can of beans. You ever have a cold one and just stick a straw in it and pretend it's boba tea? I haven't been single since I was 18. What are we up to? What are we doing? Are we still going to frat parties? Is that still a thing? Are we dry humping still? No? Are we dry humping? Am I bisexual? I'm not bisexual. But the male woman in my neighborhood is very pretty. And isn't everybody a little bisexual? I think she likes me too. She's always walking by. I'm like, bitch, you're obsessed. She's like, I'm doing my job, leave me alone. Fun. You guys are gonna clap for this. I'm gonna tell you about my little brother. He's in the Air Force. America. Yeah. He's stationed in Germany right now. I haven't seen him in like a year, which sucks. I miss him a lot, but he's gotta do it. He's gotta be there with the air. I don't know what he does. I don't know what the fuck he does, but I have seen Avatar, so I imagine he's like, oh yes, I must bend it now. Drive my Mercedes Benz, big circle, create tornado, Air Force, yes. I think that's how he talks. I haven't seen him in a while. I think it's neat that our country has an Air Force. I really think that's an awesome thing. I just wish we had like a force for every element. Wouldn't that be cool? Like a water force? What? The Navy? They could wear navy to match the water? That'd be a good idea. I like it. I'll write that down. No, I guess technically we do. Our country does have a water force. It's the moon. No. All right. That's worse than silence, I think, is when you guys feel bad for me. Yes, laughter, yes. I'm doing fine. I'm gonna do a newer joke, but I'm not gonna have fun doing it. No, I am. I'm gonna have fun. You won't know the difference. You will. Whatever. Anywho, talking about the moon, guess what about me? I'm actually not into astrology. Isn't that astonishing? Thank you. Yeah, I'm just like, I don't care how the planets orbit the sun. I'm trying to figure out Earth shit right now. Like how to orbit a roundabout. And how to merge. Fuck merging. I'll come to a full stop in the merge lane. I don't care, I'm scared. Especially if I see a truck coming up behind me. Dude, I'm sorry, trucks are scary. Why do they look mad at me? Like they're showing their teeth like this. Every truck is looking like this. And some of them have balls. Like people are literally putting testicles on their trucks. It's like, okay, how about I'll learn how to merge when you guys get your trucks neutered. I think the kind of car you drive says way more about you than your zodiac sign, right? Like I don't know what it means if you're a Taurus, but if you drive a Taurus, you're probably poor. With a good attitude. It's me, I drive a Taurus. What's up, guys? I'm not gonna do the rest of that joke because I wanna do this one instead. So I saw on the news recently, I read that Arkansas is letting children join the workforce or something. I don't know, I don't read the whole story, I just do the headlines and make my own interpretations. It's more fun. So in my head, kids are getting jobs and shit's gonna be cute. I'm so excited for kids to be lawyers. Can you imagine a court ruling that's just like, in the case of yaha versus nah, with a vote of this many to this many, cutting in line will now be punishable by death. However, to keep things fun and cute, this new law is sponsored by Fruit Roll-Ups. Fruit Roll-Ups. Eat them or use them as rope in a public execution. Morgan, you ruined that joke. Don't tip her, guys. Her dad owns Pringles. She doesn't need it. That's a lie. You should tip her well. I made that up. Pretty good, though. I think Phil wants me gone. Yeah, I've done too much. Okay, thanks, guys. Yeah, clap, 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 clap. Energy, energy, energy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Happy, happy, happy. Please keep it going. The next comedian, she is so funny. Make a lot of noise for Terry Colts. Yeah.
Hi, guys. You know, the bad thing about being, like, at the bottom of the list of comics is that you're probably really sick of 70-year-old retired teachers telling clean jokes. And I have my list here, and it's not because I don't know my bits, it's because I'm afraid I'm going to tell you a joke I just told you. Happens. Go ahead and laugh, people. It's coming after you. I am a retired teacher. Yeah, wow. Applause instead of a paycheck. I love it. I was not an elementary school teacher. No, those are the people that love kids. And I wasn't a middle school teacher, and I don't know why the hell anyone would be a middle school teacher. You know that little song they teach preschoolers about, head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. You know that little song? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, in middle school, they're much more concerned about what happens in between the shoulders and the knees, the thing that was left out of that little ditty. They're all about boobs and pubes, and there is no teacher in the world that can compete with those hormone levels, ever. No, I taught high school. And when I get a group of you together like this, I always like to apologize. I know I released a lot of dumb shits into this world. It's true. I was an English teacher, and I don't think that I could do it today. I just don't. I've been retired for a long time now. I don't think I could go back to the classroom because the best books are the banned books, right? Exactly. taught my students to read, I would stack up the novel on my desk that I was about to give them, and I'd say, okay, before you come up here and get this novel, I'm obliged to warn you about the foul language and the graphic sex scenes. And then I have to stand aside because it's like cigarettes to prisoners. Little Women, that was a hard sell. I had to turn down some pages and put it behind the urinal. I taught at a really good school. It's a really top-notch school. It's in Kentucky, so it's the cream of the crop, okay? And all my students wanted to go to college. Of course they did. That's where all the good parties are. So off they go to the state university where they cut classes and smoke a lot of weed and catch a few STDs, and then they're off to med school. Don't laugh, they're gonna do your bypass very soon. But don't worry, I am sure they read the Cliff Notes for heart disease. You know, teachers, we don't get the respect, you know, that we deserve, like other professionals do, you know, but there's reasons for that. We wear denim jumpers with embroidered apples on them. Really. And we don't carry a briefcase. We carry some canvas bag they gave us free at a conference that says, if you can read this, thank a teacher. It's like, have you ever seen a lawyer with a briefcase that says, if you're not in jail, thank a lawyer? No, they don't act like that. They don't act like that. I am really old school, too. That's why I couldn't go back, you know. And they have a new name for everything. Education changes what they call things all the time. So, cooperative learning. To my students, that meant let me copy your homework. And accelerated learning said, hurry up, she's coming down my aisle. Higher order thinking. I think they thought that was thinking while high. And here's the most ironic one, school to work transition. That's the newest trend, school to work transition, taught by people who never left school. Yeah. Some kid goes, where am I going to use this in my real life? And they, shut up, kid, this is my real life. I think that English is a difficult subject, especially, you know, to learn. If you didn't know it, it's confusing. And I think it's really all about the prepositions. Because being knocked out and being knocked up are entirely two different things. Unless you're Bill Cosby. Maybe. I taught seniors in high school, and here's what I would tell them when they graduated. Here was my advice for them to take on the journey of their life. Find out what you don't do well and don't do it. Like, I'm bad at math, all right? So I don't balance my checkbook or measure for carpet, and I am never gonna get on a train leaving Chicago at 80 miles an hour, heading west, so I don't give a shit when it arrives in Los Angeles. Thanks, guys. Okay, bring to the stage from Columbus, Ohio, Rod Paulette.
Sorry, that sounds fun. If you're a teacher, thank you for doing that shit that nobody else is ever going to do. It's up to you to be in a room. I don't even like young people anymore, or anybody, so it doesn't matter. No, here's why. Like, apparently I'm just so old, I'm like a dinosaur. You get past 50, people just think you're like, all young people want to do is argue about what you say. So I did a show not too long ago, and a lady came up to me afterwards and she goes, hey, you know, you're really funny, but you use the R word. And I'm like, the R word? What? I know the N word, I know the C word. What is the R word? Rim job, reach around? She said, I said retarded. And I was like, oh. And she's like, yeah, I have a special needs child. And I was very, very offended. And I was like, well, ma'am, I wasn't talking about the special needs child in my joke. I was talking about my friend Steve. He's fucking stupid. And here's the question that I had for it. Did you bring your special needs child to a comedy show where they're talking about fucking and smoking weed and drinking? Because if you did, you're fucking retarded. Let's try that. See how that word works? People getting angry by proxy. People angry for people that they don't, you know what I mean? Like people mad about something that you said about another group that's not even in the room. Here's an example of that. I'm in a bar. I'm talking to a friend of mine. I'm talking about a woman I used to date, and I call her a bitch. And the lady behind me taps me on the shoulder and goes, excuse me, I don't like that word. And I'm like, well, I'm not fucking talking to you. I'm talking to him. But I got an idea. How about if I give you my ex-girlfriend's number and you two bitches get together? You see how this works? It's weird, man. Times we live in. Times we live in. I'm a product of Catholic school. Any Catholics? Okay, all right, this may feel, you may feel this. I'm one of those people that when you tell me something bad has happened, I go, I'll pray for you. Right, do you do that ever? You never say, yeah, see, I gotta be honest, I don't know why I fucking say it, because that's really the whole commitment to it is that line, I'll pray for you. There's no actual praying. I'm not going back in to light a candle for somebody else. Fuck him. You're counting on me to cure your cancer. Whoop, you're wrong. I'm not the guy for that. But I'm trying to be more, I want to be more, but it's hard, it's hard. Have you've been observing Lent? Did you have, or you haven't yet?
I've been trying to be better.
Yeah.
I like to drink, and that's what Catholics like to do.
Okay, so you made your own call. I'm all about the drinking, that's what I'm about. I don't know, I'm trying really hard, but I have all these weird things that keep happening to me, like, I think the trainer at my gym, who's pretty, is a transsexual, I think. And it got me thinking, first off, if you never met a transsexual, here's the way to, like a lot of people have signs, they have things that, I look at her hands, that's what my friend said, I look at her hands, you check her hands, I'm like, my friend goes, see what Adam's apple? And I was like, no, I looked at her feet. Because women who have big feet, I don't know if you noticed or not, but like a woman goes, I have big feet because I wear like a 10. And a woman's size 10 is usually 2 inches smaller than a man's size 10, right? So she goes, I have big feet, I wear a 10. And it's really an 8. But if you're with a woman and she wears a 12, and her 12 is the same as your 12, probably a little wiener in there somewhere. Just my trainer's got big feet, and they look almost the same size as mine. Anyhow, I started thinking, I'm like, I'm 95, 96% sure I would never have sex with a transgender woman. I can't be 100% sure. I'm over 50. People over 50 are never 100% sure of anything. This is a little tip. Like when you're young, you can be absolutely sure of everything. You're 25, you're definitive. I'll never do this, and I'll never do that. And you can be like 50, you've seen some stuff. You've been some places, Now you just hear stories and go, fuck, I hope I don't have to make those choices. And that's why they don't have Make-A-Wish for an adult. That's why they don't have it. Because you ask a kid, got 3 months to live, what he wants to do, he wants to meet LeBron James. But you ask a 50-year-old with 3 months to live, that is a nasty, nasty list. After a while, you have to stop writing. Oh my God, you're just sick. I'm dying, fucker, leave me alone. I'm an older person who has younger friends, which is crazy to me. Do you have any younger friends? No. Not coworkers. I have younger friends.
I don't have any friends.
Oh, good. Oh, wow. Sorry. You should work on that. Did you try selling weed? I heard a guy said he was selling weed. And he drives to Michigan to do it. And I'm like, fuck you, that's a punk-ass kid. I like it when being a drug dealer was dangerous on both ends. Getting the product and selling the product. Gunfire either way. I drove to Michigan. I don't know, I just have been friends are weird. And they still want to hang out with me, which I find it odd. I don't want to hang out with my young friends. Because young people don't hang out, right? It's like, if you're young, it's a little, like, I'll get this call, hey Rob, we're all going out on Thursday, you want to go with us? Yeah, I'll go, what time? 11. Plus, no, not 11. I can't be out at 11. I'm an old guy, I wear glasses. It might rain. It's gonna be dark. Here's a little tip, you want your older friends to hang out with you, at like 11 on a Thursday, you gotta call them at 2 in the afternoon and tell them to take a nap, right? Because we're going out later, right? And for my age, that's a real nap. I go upstairs, I take my clothes off, I put pajamas on, I get into bed, and I set the alarm. Because if I don't, I'll be like, I'll miss the whole fucking thing. Okay, I gotta go. You guys are a good crowd. I appreciate that you're here. I have to bring up the next person. Please put your hands together for the next comedian. Very talented, from here in Cincinnati, Mr. Marcus Jackson.
Oh, maybe. You can do it. Hey. So you heard my name's Marcus Jackson. Probably thought funny black guy like that wasn't going to be on stage, but you got me. Who here has gone through fertility treatment? There we go. That's not a fun thing. So I'll tell you my story. First time I went, so I have to oop into a cup. And this angry black woman walks me back to the room. And then she's like my bodyguard, because she has to stand outside the door. In this room, there's like a leather recliner that's from like 1945 that has all types of cracks in it. There's a box TV with VHSs. I'm not even go into what the VHSs were, because none of them were normal, like porn. But, I had to do my thing. And when I finished, I realized why this woman's so angry. Because all day she has to stand outside this door, and all she hears all day is guys going, so, and then my second visit, I had to go in, and my doctor, he took me to a room, and he's just like, drop him. I was like, all right. And he got on his knees. He's about 4 inches away from my junk. So he's just like, stand up straight, stare at the ceiling. And then he started playing with myself. And I just started, I had to be awkward. So I started asking him questions. I was like, do you like your job? And he's like, it's fun. And then a moment passed. And I was like, you have a horrible job. He's like, it's fine. And I was like, you don't do this on the side, do you? He's like, what? I was like, nothing. I was like, you didn't do this as a kid, did you? He's like, what? I was like, nothing. This is real, guys. I'm not joking about this. And by the end of it, I think he just like wanted to finish, and because I was being so weird, so it worked out for me. I forgot my other joke. I was giggling so hard. All right, we'll just call that my time. Sorry, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your next comic, Mr. Will Concannon.
Oh yeah, keep it going for your last guy. He didn't say my name. What fucking jerk. No, dude, I don't care at all. I'm just fucking around. No, you did good. That's fine. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything. Let me just tell you about what I've been doing. I was having sex not too long ago. I'm sorry, but I learned that I can't choke a woman if she's on top because my arms are too short. Does that anyone else have that issue at all? Anyone else have dog shit wingspan? I was like, please don't ever ask me to do that. I felt so emasculated. It's rough. So I'm a smaller human, you know. I went to a basketball game not too long ago, and I carry pepper spray on my keychain, and it's whatever. But I went through security, and the girl made me throw away my pepper spray, and like, you know, far be it for me to tell anyone how to do their job, but I feel like you can look at me and tell that I kind of need that, you know? Gonna let me keep it? That's wild. I love basketball, and at halftime for entertainment, they had women's wheelchair basketball for halftime, and I'm not gonna make fun of that, that's very cool. But I will make fun of the person who was picking the music that played while they played, because they played that new song where the lyrics go, all the pretty girls walk like this. You can't play that song, that's awful. I think it's, I fucking love whenever disabled people are good at sports. Like, I used to work with disabled people, and basically every day I just went bowling with these guys, and it was so much fun, because I don't know if you've ever been bowling with a disabled guy, but they're all really good. They all score like 270, because they're all so strong. Like, let me tell you how they score so highly. Like, the ball is hitting the pins before it hits the ground. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? These guys are launching these fucking balls, dude. It'd be like, hey, Will, you want to go bowling today? And it'd be like, yeah, that's cool. You mean indoor shot put? Yeah, let's go. Come on. Just love that. So much so that, like, if you're just good at bowling, like, someone will, like, if you score above a 180, someone will check you out before you leave the bowling alley, you know? Someone will come up to you and be like, hey, sir, I don't mean to pry, but you're not driving yourself home, are you? Cool, I actually don't care that you guys didn't laugh at that one. That's fine, whatever. I'll tell you more about me. I've never been involved in a threesome, and I feel like maybe you can tell that just by looking at me, I don't know. But, I do feel like if I were to be in a threesome, I'd have to be with one where it's like me and two women. I wouldn't be able to handle the one where it's like me and a woman and a guy. And it's not because I'm homophobic. It's because I think the toxic male in me would take over, and I'd want to bro out with the guy and exclude the girl from the activity. Anyone else afraid of that, or just me? I don't know. I think about that all the time. I'm so afraid that, like, if that happened, me and the guy would just have a secret handshake by the end of it. I worry about that a lot, actually. I worry that we would get involved in this, and then we would, like, mansplain the woman's orgasm to her. We'd be like, you're actually about to come. Shut up. Speaking of sex, there was a group of deaf people. Man, that's a weird transition. There's like a coalition for like deaf people's rights or whatever, and they sued Pornhub so that they could put like closed captions in the videos. Did anyone hear about this? They sued, they won. Now there's captions on Pornhub, which is cool. But like, I guess that's cool for deaf people, but like, how much is the dialogue adding to your porn experience, really? You know? You know what I mean? Like, I just imagine a deaf dude like watching porn being like, I don't know, I'm enjoying this, but I just don't really know what's going on. And he turns the subtitles on, he's like, oh, he's coming, duh. Research for that joke, I looked up deaf porn, and it exists, and it is so loud, you guys. I don't know if you've ever met deaf people anyway, but dude, a deaf person fucking is the loudest thing that you'll ever hear in your life. You can put that shit on mute and it still just blows your eardrums out. Cool, yeah, you guys are actually on the right side of all this disabled stuff. You're correct for not laughing. Cool. I'll leave you guys with this. I quit drinking about like 4 years and a couple days ago. It's pretty cool. The funny thing is I was doing stand-up whenever I quit drinking, and I think I should have known that it was time for me to quit drinking based on how unrelatable my material was on stage. Like, I'd go to open mics and be like, hey, you guys ever notice how you're just like constantly waking up in new places all the time and it's scary? You ever notice that? I'd be like, yeah, I'm waking up on like some new couch every day. Am I covered in the same old piss? What's going on? and be like, you ever notice how you haven't taken a solid shit since you've been 13? All right, cool. That's gonna be my time. Please keep that energy going for your next comedian, to one of my favorites, Allison Staff.
Thank you, thank you. Thanks everyone for coming out. How are we feeling? Yeah, into the night. I've been having a weird day. I don't know if anyone else has been having a weird day. Something's in the air. Found out earlier, someone's using my photos to catfish people. Which I'm not gonna lie, I was really flattered about. Until I found out they're not using my photos to try to get dates. They're just trying to get a job at half-price books. That's humbling, to get rejected from a job you never applied for. It's great. It's great. I don't know, I've been having weird dreams. Has anyone ever had that dream where all of your teeth fall out? Yeah, my friend. The most anxious person I know, that means that you have anxiety. So just so we know, I've been thinking about like what my dreams mean. Well, I had a dream that the entire inside of my mouth was covered in teeth. So I'm chill as fuck. That's what that means. Chill as hell. I've been told my whole life that I have a hot mom. Yeah. Which is hard for a woman that exclusively looks like her dad. It's tough. My mom, she is very beautiful, I can't deny it. She's like very tall, she's like brunette, kind of has like an olive skin tone. And my dad is just Rick Moranis. So it's kind of what I'm working with these days. Rick Moranis from the famous movie Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Self-Esteem. Do we know that one? Thank you, Morgan. This is a newer one, so I don't know if anyone heard, but a few days ago, 2 high school kids further proved the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, do we all remember the Pythagorean theorem? Little a squared plus b squared equals c squared action. Do we remember that? Yeah. I thought that was like really impressive for high school students to do that. But like, I can't imagine like peaking in high school for something that nerdy. Because like, where do you go from there? Like, what do you do? Like, I don't know, I feel like not only did you peak in high school, you can calculate the exact height in which you peaked in high school. Like that has to be like grueling. Like, they didn't just prove the Pythagorean theorem, they fucking lived it. All right? Like, they climbed that hypotenuse right to the top. And it's like, where do we go from here? Like, I've made it. It's like, you're gonna graduate and go to Ball State. That's what's gonna happen. Hypotenuse, more like hypotenuse. I'm gonna fucking kill myself. We got a groan, nice, love that. So, I can't, we have like a very we have a lot of ages in here going on. I'm a millennial / Gen Z. Thank you, solidarity. We have because I was born in '96, so I'm not quite millennial. Yeah, I was born in '96. That's a year. That year happened. I was there for the latter half of it. So I was born in '96. And so not quite a millennial, not quite Gen Z, it's kind of somewhere in the middle there. Which it's weird to kind of measure where you kind of fall on that spectrum. It's like, okay, so I remember Blockbuster, don't remember 9/11, don't really know where that puts me. Because I don't know if anyone had this experience growing up. My dad and I had this tradition with Blockbuster where every Sunday we would go to Kroger, pick up a bunch of movie snacks, and then we would hijack a plane and fly it into a Blockbuster. really split the room with that one. I get it. Not everyone likes blockbuster jokes. Jeez. All right, guys, that's been me. I'm Allison Staff. All right, for your next comedian, the very funny Beth Carr. Coming to the stage right now. Keep it going, keep it going. Woo!
Another round of applause for Allison there. Thank you. How are we doing tonight? You guys don't sound too sure. It's okay. I get it. So it's program night. Anybody else's, they said a part of the agreements was that you had to bring 5 friends. Anybody else's get some threatening notes from their friends that they had to come tonight or they're gonna get stabbed? No, just mine? Okay, don't call 911 for them. They made it. It's okay. They're not gonna get stabbed. I swear I do love them. It's okay. It's nothing but love. Man, I do love some friends, though. I do love my friends. I can pick up off the crowd tonight and see, but we got some Trump supporters in here, I'm not against it. Everybody's got their each and own, right, But I do love fucking with my Trump supporters. I love it. I love my friends so much, and I love fucking with them. It's great. So, there's a lot of things I can get behind them on, right? Pandemic comes out, everybody's buying the fucking toilet paper. I think we were all fucking pissed about that. But nobody was as pissed as your Trump supporters, right? Who the fuck is buying the toilet paper? Us, bitch. We need it, okay? Leave us alone. We're all mad about it. But I'm going to tell you, and I know most people here know, we're mostly from Cincinnati, Ohio, or Kentucky. Cincinnati is Ohio, Gotcha. So the first round of the train derailment, because we're up to like 7 now, in case anybody was wondering. The first round, when chemicals go into the water, I waited. I knew it was going to happen. I waited for my time to shine. And lo and behold, one of my friends posted on Snapchat, "Why is everybody buying the water? Don't worry about it." Well, my friend, I don't know about you, but I watched King of the Hill growing up, and Dale taught me not to trust this government. And they told me that I shouldn't drink they told me I could drink the water. I didn't fucking believe them. And if you don't know what fucking King of the Hill is, you need to do some fucking historical research, because there's some shit you can learn from there, okay? They knew about it. They knew. That's why I tell him, I'm like, why don't you buy it? You buy the fucking water. You drink the tap water. You're complaining about it. Go ahead, drink it. Because I know your type of male fucking, I'm so great, but you ain't hitting the clit for your wife. So maybe you can grow another penis and the second one can hit it for her, so we can all stop being so grumpy all the goddamn time. Because we're sick of you being angry. I don't like it. But I do love fucking with my friends. I love it. Love fucking with them. It's just what I was here to do. I think I'm an hilarious person. My friends don't always think I'm funny. I always try to relate about something or the other. So I always talk about, the single life, because, it's all we fucking do anymore. Commitment's not a thing anymore, ladies and gentlemen. It's not. You swipe left, you swipe right. That's how you figure it out. But I will tell you that I was out recently with my mom, and I'm helping her move some boxes. She had some surgery. She can't move very well. And I'm having a nice conversation with a guy. And suddenly he sends me a dick pic, because why the fuck would you not, right? It's the thing to do. And I message him back. I say, "Hey, I'm busy. I'm helping my mom. Talk to you later." This man, the very next day, 24 hours later, I forgot about it. It's a fucking dick. We've all seen them, okay? We have all seen them. They're either big or they're small. We don't care. It looks the same, right? No. I'm so embarrassed. I'm like, what are you embarrassed about? You didn't have anything to say. And I'm thinking, this is the most embarrassing thing you've done in your life? Is send a dick pic? What do you mean? You're not living your life right if that's the most embarrassing fucking thing you've ever done. Get it together. Go out and fucking be blacked out drunk in the middle of fucking downtown. Like, come on now, get it. Try to relate on so many levels. Kids? Everybody's got kids? Thinking about it? No? Thanks. Appreciate you. I try so hard to be a good mom. Anybody else's patience just get fucking tested when your kids want to tell you a story? Mom, and then this happened today, and then this, but it led to this, and did it, and they never get to the fucking points of what happened. And then I'm gonna do 7 spins before I even tell you. And it's like, I swear to fucking God. Somebody said earlier, like, autism is just the, like, generational thing for all of us. And I'm up here like, look, every fucking nerve has been touched. I swear to God, I think I have it too. Can you just get to the goddamn point? All right. I'm sorry to make you guys laugh as much as I thought it would. Give it up to Caleb Nash.
What's up, guys? How we doing? Yeah, thanks for coming out tonight, man. Can't tell you guys how happy I am to be here. I grew up skateboarding, and I've always felt like going to a comedy club and going to a skate park are very similar, you know? You're gonna see some bad, you might see something crazy, but you're pretty much guaranteed to see a bunch of people who should be required by law to wear helmets in public. This is where we thrive, you know? This is where we thrive, guys. This is our true calling. I'm single right now, I'm dating. It's not going that great though. I went to ask a girl for her number recently and she just told me I look like a slightly more fuckable version of DJ Khaled. But the joke's on her, honestly, because that's exactly what I'm going for, you guys. A slightly more fuckable version of the least fuckable rapper in the rap industry. That's what I'm going for. No, honestly, I don't think the worst part wasn't finding out I look like Keto Khaled, you know? That wasn't the worst thing. It was the fact that she chose to use the word slightly, you know? You could have just left that part out, I don't know. Did you guys hear about that serval they found recently, high on cocaine in the woods in Cincinnati? Yeah, anybody? If you don't know, they found a serval, which is a sub-Saharan African cat. They found it high in the woods on cocaine. Or at least they tested it and it tested positive for cocaine. I think anybody who's ever done cocaine in Cincinnati saw that and they were like, just cocaine? You know? Like, nobody in Cincinnati who's done drugs before saw that and was like, I wonder how that serval ended up high on cocaine in the woods, you know? Because we've all been there before. The thing we were wondering is how this cat managed to get the only clean cocaine in the city, you know? Like, who's this cat talking to? Who's this cat's dealer, man? That's what we want to know. I don't know. I am Italian, which means I have to mention it. I have to talk about it. I'm pretty much, I don't know if you guys have met an Italian person before, but ever since we got white privilege, we like to talk about it. That's right, yeah. Yeah. No, I am, I'm actually, I'm writing a movie right now. It's gonna be the next installment in the Crazy Rich Asians universe. It's set in Italy. It's called Greasy Guidos. And it is 2 hours of me just walking around the streets and yelling pasta names at people in a shitty Italian accent. So it's gonna be great, you know. Rigatoni! Yeah. No. I do love the word Guido though. I know it's supposed to be like an ethnic slur, but I think it's like offensive the same way like my race car bed is a hot rod, you know? Not really getting the job done. No, I do think, I like the word Guido. It doesn't sound racist though. It just sounds more like if Mario had another brother. You know, like Guido sounds like if Mario had a brother who had an ankle monitor and a gambling problem. You know, like we just never knew about him because he wasn't invited to the Mario party. He was on house arrest the whole time, you know? That's what happened. I don't know. I'm going to the gym a lot right now. I'm trying to get in shape, trying to get hot and jacked, you know. Anybody out there? Yeah, we're trying to get hot and jacked. That's all we got. That's all we can do. Yeah. I'm not really like trying to do it for like health reasons or for dating or anything like that. I think my plan in its entirety is once I get hot and jacked, I'm just gonna walk around the gym naked like all the other old dudes in there, you know? Because like if you're over the age of 58, it's just normal, you're allowed to do it. But if you're under the age of 58, that's a power move, you know? Like I'm just wondering like what are you getting in shape for if it's not to just, you know, intimidate elderly people at the gym? Maybe, I don't know. I kind of divided you guys on that one a little bit. I did get the light, so I'm going to get out of here. I am going to leave you guys on this one. A lot of people are into butt play these days, And that kind of terrifies me, you guys. I'm not into that, you know? I named my ass Area 51. Because if you even look at it, 2 guys in a white pickup truck will pull up and escort you off the premises, you know? That's what I'm rocking with. All right, you guys ready for your next comic tonight? All right, guys, make some noise for your next comic, James Andrew.
How we doing? We've got a lot of nice, light-hearted comics tonight. But I'm not here for that. I came here to talk to you folks about a serious issue. I came to talk to you about a small minority in our population that are fucking up this society for everybody else. I think we're all on the same page about who I'm talking about. Anybody want to be the first one to say it? Anybody? Come on, call it out. Bro, I see you nodding. Who am I talking about? Trump is not a minority, bro. No. I get it, though. You're nervous. You're nervous because some of them might be in here right now, and they will cut you. I get it. But I got the mic, and I got the spotlight, and this needs to be addressed, so I'm going to be brave. Ghetto white women need to be stopped. You laugh. It's not a joke. In every city, in every state in this country, as I speak, they are out there right now abusing our customer service representatives. It is not okay. I'll be in a fucking McDonald's, 9 a.m. Listen to one of these fucking things berate a teenager that may or may not be on the autism spectrum over the fact that her fucking order is wrong. And I'm just looking at her like, listen, Nikki, you need to understand. I know that you know what it's like to make a mistake because you walked out the door looking like that today. You look like a cross between an overblown cross-dresser and a deep-sea jellyfish. No, fuck that. This is why you don't build fast food establishments next to methadone clinics. It's just not a good idea. It's poor social engineering. That's all I'm saying. Look, I'll be in there on my lunch break, and I work construction. And when I see this shit happening, occasionally, I'll take my hammer out. Just toss it right in the middle of the room. You know what I mean? Just hoping and praying that somebody gets fucking inspired. You know what I mean? Just a little bit of social justice, like, bitch, shut up. Or even worse, ladies and gentlemen, it's not one of the customers berating a staff member. This bitch is behind the counter, just giving me the shittiest look that I never deserved. Looking at me like I'm the one who locked up her baby dad. What the fuck? I am here right now to get a fucking McGriddle, you know, maybe a hash brown. That's it. Your problems are not mine, and I didn't do anything. But ladies and gentlemen, there's a third type, a worse type, the worst type of ghetto white bitch that's out there. She shares all the same symptoms as the first one, save one. There's one key difference. You went to school with this bitch. You know that's a fucking act. You know her parents. Thomas and Margaret. And they are delightful people. Thomas is a tax executive. Margaret packed all your guys' little sandwiches for when you went out on field trips. They're delightful. You know that this is a fucking act. And you want to tell her. I know what's going on here. You got that ghetto pass that you're fucking waving around, a little hood card. You got that shit by default. You ain't earned it. A fucking man gave it to you. Nah, that ain't right. That ain't right at all. You can go ahead and chill the fuck out of the McDonald's employees. All right, That last one didn't go over that well, so I'll end on this. I told that joke to a lot better laughs a couple of months ago. But a woman came up to me afterwards, and she accused me of being racist, which honestly doesn't make that much sense. But I was offended enough, I was hurt enough to look past that. And I told that woman, I looked her straight in the eyes, and I said, ma'am, that is deeply offensive. I am not racist. In fact, I am the exact opposite. Every time there's an unarmed black man that gets shot by a cop out there, in honor of his memory, I go and steal a large screen TV. All right, folks, that's my time. Next up, we got Ian Squints, everybody. Give it up, keep it going.
Ah, fuck. How you guys doing? Look out, I'm a ghetto white bitch. Hell yeah, who's got a black and mild? Fuck. Anybody want to get some pink pants on me, huh? I don't fucking know. How are you guys doing? You guys doing good? Good. Hell yeah. I've had a bit of a weird week. Have you guys ever had somebody try to like guess your job and it hurts your feelings? Does that ever happen to you, dented washer employee? I don't fucking know. I got too high before I came up here. Yeah, so this guy, here's what happened. I was in the store, I was carrying a big bag of dog food over my shoulder, and then this older guy, he like stops, and he looks at me, and he's like, wow, you look like a nice, strong young man. I bet you do scrap metal. I don't want to look like I do scrap metal, you know what I mean? Like, what about me on site says that I do scrap metal? Like, am I noticeably sticky? Dude, do I have bees following me? What the fuck, dude? I do appreciate him calling me strong, though. I thought that was a nice thing to say. I have been trying to get stronger, but like, I want to look like strong from the gym. Like, artificially strong, not dragging a washing machine to the fucking scrapyard strong. Like, this stranger just like looks at me in my eyes and calls me Macho Man Randy Salvage. Like, the fuck's that about? Like, if you're gonna make fun of me, at least be accurate. You know, like, I know what I look like. I know what I'm all about, dude. I look like the ghost of Milwaukee's best. Look like on the weekends I go to the Great Wolf Lodge and go swimming in my jeans. You guys know about Cocaine Bear? Well, I look like Fentanyl Seahorse. Yeah, that's the things that I bring to the table. This is a good show, though. Give it up for yourselves for sticking through this whole thing. That's awesome. I've done some bad shows. Like I did this show in Knoxville one time, and I got heckled by this guy from the back. I wasn't doing great, but this guy from the back heckled out. He was like, "You're about as funny as a bunch of rabbits having an orgy in a cornfield." And I'm like, that's kind of funny. Then he goes, "It's not funny. It ruins the crop." So I learned something new about agriculture. Hello. Cool.
Drop the pen.
You dropped a pen? Yeah. Oh, that's fucked. Did you get it? Or did you say fuck it? Got it? Vape pen? No. Can you toss it up here? Oh, just a regular writing nerd pen? Okay. What am I talking about? My job's kind of weird. Like, I mean, not my job, but like the people I work with. I was sitting around with a couple of employees, and then one of them came up to me and they were like, "Hey Ian, would you suck a dick for $1 million?" Which was kind of weird, because he was scratching a lottery ticket when he asked me that. It makes for a bit of a weird work environment, you know? Like, I'll be passing him in the halls, and he'll just be like, "Hey Ian, playing my numbers today?" I'm like, I hope he wins. I do, because I'm so tired of being poor, dude. I am so tired. Does anybody here have $1 million? Like, and yeah, sure. heterosexual dick sucking is a bit embarrassing. But so is being poor, you know what I mean? Like, what, am I supposed to drive around in a Subaru with my dignity? No, I want to get a Camaro with my dick money, you know what I mean? And also, I can feel confident answering because, like, those are lottery odds. I got a better chance of getting struck by lightning than having to suck a dick, you know what I mean? But also, I feel like if you have $1 million, I feel like blowjobs are just kind of part of that. You know what I mean? Say what you want, it's a hell of a pickup line. Like, I mean, I'm not gay, but if a dude slid up to me at the bar and was like, hey, I have $1 million, I'd be like, sex work is real work. Take me to your car. He takes me to his Subaru, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna see a pay stub or something because I don't believe you, you know what I mean? Well, if you guys like my material, I will be selling merch in that alleyway back there. It's $10 a gram. It's pretty good shit. And just don't go around telling people that I sell merch. You know what I mean? Are you guys ready for your final comedian of the night? You guys can do better than that. Are you guys ready for your final comedian of the night? He's a great friend of mine. He's fucking hilarious. You're gonna love him. Mr. Chris Seamer.
Hey, what's up, everybody? One more time for Ian, please. Make a little noise for Ian. Listen, I'm looking around. I don't think anyone in here has $1 million to spend. But I bet a couple of you got 150 to spend. That man ain't doing well. Do you know what I'm saying? Jump in, man. Ian looks like he sells bottle rockets and expired condoms at the flea market. He's a good guy. He's a real good guy, though. He's one of the good ones. What's up, everybody? Hope you had a good show tonight, man. I tell you, man. They say that when you get older, there's a lot of warnings, right? But we put that to the back burner, right? And then when you turn 40, everything smacks you right in your goddamn jaw. What a great time. And here's the thing, we all know, we've been told the same thing, right? You got one body, you gotta treat it like a temple. Treat your body like a temple. I've been treating my body like a rental car, you know what I'm saying? That I purchased the additional insurance on. We're taking some chances. I just pulled a beer out of my front pocket like it was a pistol. The body doesn't work the way that it once did, you know what I mean? You know, the thing is, like, I'm proficiently old now, though. I know that I am. I'm proficiently, like, at least middle age. You know, you guys know, you've heard this, right? You learn a new language. If you get proficient in that new language, you start to dream in that new language. And I know that I'm proficiently old because I had a sex dream about Nancy Pelosi last month. Didn't ask for that. Didn't ask for that. And I know that a lot of people might have an opinion about that. I know this. I have no idea. I know nothing about Nancy politically. I know nothing about old Nancy's politics or her policies. What I do know about Nancy Pelosi is that she has fake Hooters, everybody. Bolt-ons, aftermarket twin turbos, right to the block. That's the information that I'm armed with. And listen, Nancy may be a really terrible person. She might be an absolute monster, but in that dream, I was worse. I need you to know I was way worse. Came right in her, held her ears shut so it stays in. That was too much, wasn't it? I'm trying to take better care of my body, though. You know, I don't know if you had this moment yet where you look at your belt from across the room, you think to yourself, I'm gonna have to lose a couple pounds, or that belt's never gonna fit around my neck. Has that happened to you yet? It's coming. It's just around the river bend, friends. My favorite shirt I wear out is a Cheesecake Factory t-shirt. You ever had a meal so good you thought, fuck, I gotta get some merch before I leave this place, you know? Did you know that they sold t-shirts at the Cheesecake Factory shirt? No, of course not. It's on the last page of the menu. No one's gotten that far. The body's changing, like I said. Man, you look like you got your whole life ahead of you. How old are you? 24. Oh, I know, right? I mean, God love you. God love you. You got some heartbreak in your future. Life's it's gonna throw some curveballs your way. But right now, everything's going your way, man. 24 years old. You could come up here, arch your back, and a cool breeze comes through here. You could fire a jizz ribbon through that wall. Yes! It doesn't matter. Listen, It doesn't matter what any of you in this room do to me. I might come on my balls. That's about as far as it's going. It's more of a dribble. It's a dehydration issue. I've got a prostate the size of a Florida orange. You know what I mean? I'm never gonna come standing up again. Those days are long gone. That's left for athletes, you know. Now, you know, I feel like my Hulu knows the commercials I need to see. So now I'm getting like all my commercials in between my shows are all for Nugenics. You guys know what Nugenics is? Frank Thomas is selling it. You're like, yeah. Nugenics is just one of those pills, man. Boys, you got low T, fellas. You can't have low T. You can't be walking around these streets with low T. Gotta get them T levels up. Call your fucking doctor, okay? Don't just call an 800 number off of a TBS commercial late night. Here's the thing. Too much tea is a problem. You add 1 T to semen, that becomes cement. Now, you dump that down anyone's gullet, they're gonna be weighed down, you know? That is messed up, sir. I wasn't prepared for that either. The thing is, none of these are surprises, right? We've all heard about all that. Everything I've just said, none of that sounds like a surprise. Here's the surprise that I wasn't ready for. I'm fucking emotional now, bro. I cry at every goddamn thing. The other day on Facebook, I'm scrolling through, honestly, I was scrolling through watching reels of people beating the shit out of each other in the street, and then I watched a reel of some guy beating cancer, and he's walking out of that cancer ward. You ever seen these videos where they make you ring a bell because you beat fucking cancer? God damn, I started crying big fucking alligator tears. Shit, I cried at an EPT pregnancy test commercial. They're starting a family! That's beautiful! I'm 40. That's midlife crisis time, right? Yeah, well, I bought a Harley the other day, friend. On Saturday, I bought my first motorcycle. Went to a Harley Davidson dealership, and it was a production because my dad had one when I was a kid, and it was a romanticized thing. So I went in there. I'm thinking, well, this is gonna be a big day for old Chris, right? And what I wasn't prepared for is they bring everybody out and they start some music, and somebody gets on the PA, give it up for Chris, he bought his new Harley, and everybody starts beeping on their horns on these bikes, and they made me ring a goddamn bell like I just beat cancer? I'm telling you, I was emotional in that moment. I'm choking back alligator tears again. Because you can't cry at a Harley Davidson dealership next to a guy who has his entire ear tattooed. It's not gonna go your way, friends. What a good time we've had, guys. Thank you so much for coming out to the show. You guys were a wonderful audience. We hope you had a great time. My name's Chris Seymour. Come back and see us again real soon. Hey, we're all going to go next door and drink our faces off. So why don't you come over, buy us a drink, give us a ride home, guys. Have a good night, everybody. Have a good night.